Hello. I'm just going to set the room up so that you can start to join in shortly. We'll be starting in about a minute. So what I would say is make sure that you have a cushion on your chair, depending what chair that you're using, that will help support you. And also grab yourself some water and have a cushion nearby. Okay. So for example, on my chair, I'm just using a cushion so that it supports my back, keeps my body in the right position. And as I say, grab a cushion as well. Let's see if we can move this a little bit closer. Okay. When we do the lower leg work, what I will do is I'll move the chair back slightly. Okay. So I will be checking my phone as well in case the music's too loud. So if you're watching this, if you text me and say, actually, Alison, I can hear you fine, or if you have any problems, then let me know. Okay. You can also use the chat as well. There's a live chat actually on the channel. So if you want to, you can talk to me through there. So if you want to text me, then you can, or just put a comment on the live chat to make sure if there's any problems that you need me, you can't hear me at all. Okay, and we're going to start. Okay, and as I said, I popped a little bit of a post on Facebook. If you feel this would benefit anybody else that you know who maybe has limited mobility, or if you're sitting behind a desk and you want to loosen up the body, also every single exercise that we do, you can modify these to standing, and also they're good for upper back, mid back, low back pain, leg pain. So if we start, we're going to sit up nice and tall. So we're lifting up, we're creating a lengthening from the abdominals. We're going to place the hands onto the legs. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And we're going to start by just raising the shoulders and dropping down. So again, raising the shoulders and dropping down. Just gently raising the shoulders and dropping down. Sitting up nice and tall, raise the shoulders and then drop down. Take the arms down by the sides and circle. And relax the other side. And circle. And relax. So really mobilizing the shoulder girdle and release. And again, shoulders up and down. Now both together. Shoulders. So really warming up the shoulder girdle. Shoulders up and drop the arms. If you can, bring the arms up onto the shoulders, or if not, just by the sides. So shoulder shrug up. We take it back and release down. Take the shoulders up, back, and down. And again, shoulders up, take it back, and down. Shoulder circle again, so really warming up. And again, the other side. And again, you can do these standing up if you like. Last one. Last set. And then drop the shoulders down. Have a shake out. Pull in, lift up, and back onto the shoulders. Drop the shoulders down. Head turn to the right. Following the gaze of the eyes. Then come back to center. The other side. And back to center. And drop the arms. Just shake out, just increase that lymphatic fluid and bring the hands back onto the shoulder. Stabilize, pull in, lift up. And now incline ear to shoulder. And if you want to as well, you can always pop some music of your own on, come back to center and have that going on in the background. And the other side. And release and drop those arms, shaking out those shoulders. Pull in, lift up, arms in front, take it up, nice and slowly. We call this frame the face. So it stretches up from the back. And hold. A little bit longer. Again, if any of these exercises feel too much, then just come out and release down. I've got a comment on here, so I'm just going to check that. And release. And excellent. Excellent. People are saying you can hear me fine, which is good. Okay. So come back down. Hi, Carla. Okay. Pull in, lift up, arms down. So this is really good for any stretching, any problems you've got in the neck and shoulders. These will all help. Okay, one arm at a time. We're going to take the right arm up and then we're going to bring it down. The other side, take the arm up, really stretch through and at the same time push down with the other arm. Then come back. And the other side, really stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring the arms down and then release. Just shake out those shoulders, arms in front. And now we're going to take the arms over into a little back twist, a spinal twist, which is safe. Okay, so if you were standing up, your hips would be facing forward and stretch. Hold it there. So we normally say some of the stretches that we would hold for a minimum of 8 seconds and double that time for stretching the longer muscles. And then come back slowly to center. Drop the arms down and just have a little loosen. You might not be aware how tight your back is when we do these exercises. So bring the arms up and take it round to the other side. Really working and stretching through the oblique muscles, the back, a nice safe spinal twist. And hold that a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Come back slowly to center and drop the arms and shake out those shoulders. Bring the arms down. Let's just loosen up and stretch through the obliques. So I'm taking the arm down, bringing the arm up and stretch. So you'll feel the stretch here. If you want to make it a bit harder, you take the arm out. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you take the arm up. If you feel any pain, just keep into more safer and comfortable stretch. Bring the arm down. And then come up and then shake out. The other side, bring the arm up. Drop the arm down and take it into the stretch. Remember, if it's too much, just hold it there. Wherever you feel comfortable. And try and see if that feels more comfortable for you or you feel it's challenging you a little bit more. Providing and bring the arms down that it doesn't cause any discomfort. And shake out, roll through those shoulders. So just start to feel a bit warmer, a bit looser. Okay, pull in, lift up, create that lengthened stretch. Bring one arm up and then the other arm up. It's called don't shoot. and you're going to stretch back. Now, if you look at my shoulders, they're level, so they're not here. Okay, I'm bringing them up, and then pull back. Really stretch, and then release. And shake out the shoulders. If it feels too much, then just your other option is to open out. So let's just feel the difference between the stretches. So take the arm out and the other arm out. So again, we're opening up the chest. You should feel that across the deltoids, muscles here. And then release. And shake out those shoulders. Just to loosen up. And again, we're going to take the arm up and the other arm. And you're going to pull back. Really stretching. I can feel that stretching. And release down. And release down. And then just relax those shoulders. And shake it out. Okay, let's just stretch the arm. So we bring the arm across and we stretch. So we're not up here, we're not down here. Taking it right across the chest. Relax the hand. Maybe give the hand a little shake. Make a little fist and loosen. Make a little fist and loosen. Hold that stretch. Remember to pull in and lift the core. And release. The arm down. The other side, bring the arm across. And then you're going to squeeze and release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And just hold that across. So again, we're not up here. We're just taking it across and shake out. Okay, let's work those shoulder cuff rotators. Bring one arm up and the other. Hold it here. Stabilize. So stabilizing is pulling in, lifting up, creating that length and stretch through the core, dropping the shoulders down and breathing. That's the important part. And then slowly we're going to work on the rotator cuff. So rotator cuffs, the four muscles, which insert into the back of the shoulder and up across the shoulder blade. You might find, like me, one side feels easier, so I come lower on that side. But on this side, there's a little bit of a restriction. You see the difference. Coming up. 2 more if you can, but if it feels too much, just come out of that stretch. Up. Last one on this side. So you'll see there's a big difference in my rotation. And then come up. And let the arms go. Oof. Shake out the shoulder. And then you're going to roll all the way down through the spine and hold it there. Just holding it. Release down. Coming up through the spine. And giving a shout out to Hazel. Hi Hazel, hope you're well. And release down. And again, so when we roll through the spine, if you look, I'm not just coming down. What I'm doing is my head comes down first, and then I release, and then I roll down, and roll down. So I'm rolling, and as I come back up, I am stretching and rolling through the spine. So that releases any tension. And as you roll down, so when we stand up and we do a roll, what you'll find, and this is good for anyone who's suffering with back pain at the moment, is each of the individual vertebrae unlock, unlock, unlock. So it is pulling in, lifting up the head, the shoulders come down, and it's very important that you roll through the spine. And slowly come back up. Coming up and release, and shaking out. Okay, working on the core. So again, that's really good. Any of those exercises to loosen up the neck and the shoulders, the rotator cuffs. And now we're going to work on our core. Okay, my favourite, the secret sit-up, which you can also see that's done laying on the floor. You can also do this standing up. Hands onto the rectus abdominals, the upper abdominals. Imagine your head is stuck with glue to an imaginary wall. And now squeeze in, lift up, and imagine you're lifting your head forward. And breathe, and hold, and breathe, and release. Hands lower, the transverse, the lower abdominals. This time, imagine your feet are stuck with glue to the floor. And you're going to imagine you're lifting your feet away from the floor and squeeze. And breathe, and squeeze, and breathe, and release. Shake out the shoulders. So we're going to repeat that. Hands on the rectus abdominals. Squeeze in, lift up. Imagine that head is stuck with glue to the imaginary wall, and then squeeze. And imagine you're lifting your head forward, and breathe, and release. Hands lower to the transverse abdominals. So then you're going to pull in. You're going to imagine your feet stuck with glue to the floor, and you're going to pull up and hold and breathe and hold and release. And what you can do if you want to make that more intense, so if you're working at your desk and you want to start to do some abdominal work, so just squeeze, release. That's another way of doing the exercise. You can just still imagine, then imagine your feet pulling up. Okay, pelvic tilt. So we're going to squeeze in. This time we're going to squeeze our buttocks. So you're lifting the buttocks off the floor and hold, but breathe. It takes a while to get the breath, and release. And again, pull in, squeeze the buttocks, sit up nice and tall, engage that core, and release. Squeeze in, lift the buttocks, tighten up, and breathe. And then release. Squeeze in, lift the buttocks, tighten up, and breathe, and release. And just have a little rock from side to side just to loosen everything up. Okay, this time we're going to work on strengthening and tightening the buttocks and the glutes. So you're going to squeeze, do some muscle isolation work. But first of all, what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze your buttocks and then release. Here we go. So squeeze and release. Squeeze, release. Clench the buttocks, and again, clench and release. Clench, clench, and now clench and hold, and breathe, and hold, and breathe, and then just move from side to side. Okay, that's good. Keep that going. And now we're going to do individual glute work. So you're going to squeeze the right cheek, and then release. Then squeeze the left, and then release. And again, squeeze the buttock, and release. And again, squeeze, and then release. Squeeze the right, and then release. Last time, squeeze together, and squeeze. Keep that core engaged. And then release. Okay, let's just stretch out those muscles that we've been working. So if you can, your two options are, you look like the flexibility, just bring the knee into the chest. If you find that too much, hands under, and then hug those knees. Okay, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then release. The other side. So always holding underneath the knee. Never be tempted to do that. That can affect the patella, which is your kneecap. And release. And have a little shake out. That's good. And bring the arms back down. Let's stretch out those obliques. So lift up and stretch once more. Relax the shoulders down. That's good. Then come back up Nice and slowly. The other side, just stretch. And then come up. And then shake out. That's good. A little bit more core work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mimic a bridge, but sitting down. So you're going to go into a pelvic tilt. You're going to squeeze in, squeeze the buttocks, lift up and lean forward and tip the head forward. Feel that tightening and then come back down and release. Squeeze in, tilt the buttocks and move forward. So you're lifting out and breathe. Then come back down and release. One more time. Squeeze in, lift up and lean forward and breathe. And release. And then just loosen up. Just move those shoulders. Okay, just going to alter the camera. We're just going to go into a little bit of strengthening through the legs. Okay, actually what I'll do, I'll come back a little bit. Okay, hopefully you can still see me. So you're going to get your cushion or whatever feels comfortable for you, and you're going to place it in between your legs. Okay, you can use your hands as well if you want to. I like to use a cushion. We're going to come to the front of the chair, okay, or wherever you feel comfortable. Place the cushion in between the leg. If you drop, you know that you're not working it correctly. So my feet are parallel on the floor. The cushion is in between the knees, so this is good for strengthening knee conditions, but also tightening on the quadriceps. So what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze and release. You're going to squeeze and release. Again, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And then we're going to do it a little bit quicker. So we squeeze, release, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you get any discomfort, then just do it very gently. And now you're going to hold that squeeze. At the same time, squeeze the buttocks, tighten up those muscles and release. And again, squeeze, tighten up and release. Once more, squeeze in and tighten and release. Last one, I promise. Squeeze, hold, pull in, lift up, engage, and then release. Take the cushion away. This time you're going to sit back. If you've got a drink, have a little sip of water throughout these exercises. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your right leg out in front. You're going to flex that foot. You're going to sit up nice and tall, and you're going to what we call brace the knees. So all that is, it's tightening, stretching, and pushing that leg down. Okay, just to show you what that will look from the side. You're going to squeeze and push that leg down. So tightening this muscle. And then release. Okay, this time, so we're going to do that on both sides again. So take the right foot up and just push the knee down. And release the other side. So take the leg up and push down. And then release. And shake out those legs. Now this time, and only if you found that easy, you're going to take that leg, you know, just support your hands either side, and you're going to lift that leg up. Straight away, you will feel the difference in your quadriceps. Ooh. And then release and lower. The other side. So just to show you what that will look like from the other side. Okay. So your lift, that lift leg comes up, but you keep your back straight. And breathe. You feel it wobbling? That's fine. That muscle working, and release. And then come down, coming back to center. And then we're going to give a little bit of what we call tappy potement and percussion. So just loosen up, give them a little rub and release. And now sitting up nice and tall, you're going to take the leg out, and what we're going to do is we're going to activate the pump, the lymphatic system. So if you are sitting down doing a lot of computer work as well, as if you've got limited mobility and you have a lot of build up of fluid, this is the one for you. So pull up nice and tall, then we point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, and hold that point. Holding that point, there's a muscle that runs along the front, the anterior tibialis. We're actually stretching and lengthening, and then release. So again, on the left side, just to give you a different picture, you're going to point and flex. So try to keep, you look at my back, I'm trying to keep it into good posture. Point and flex, and point and hold that point. And release that leg down. Have a little shake out. And now what we're going to do, so that's really good. You're pumping the lymphatic system. So in the calf, there's a muscle called the soleus, which is underneath your gastroc, which is a double-headed muscle. When you start to pump, that activates that lymphatic flow. Okay, pulling in, lifting up. So another really good one for circulation. And if you're working behind a desk. So we're going to take the foot out. We're going to circle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take it the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that leg up and then down. The other side, take the leg out. And we're going to circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just shake those legs out. Okay, sitting more forward onto the chair. Okay, let me just adjust that slightly. Okay, I might just take my head off a little bit, but that doesn't matter. So the main thing now is you sit forward, and we're going to take the leg out, and what you're going to do is you're going to just open up the hip joint. If you look, I'm opening. So what that means is I've just circled 2. Yeah, I can hear some clicking. And release the other side. So this is working on the hip rotators, loosening up. And open. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And have a little shake out. Now making that a little bit more intense. So you're going to lift the leg off the floor this time. And you're going to open. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place that leg open at the side if you can. And just push that leg back. So we're just lengthening that part of the leg that we've worked. That's good. And breathe. Bring the leg back to center. And then we're going to do the same with the other side. But remember, you're lifting up and lengthening all the time. Okay, so we're going to open. 2, Remember, if you can always take the foot onto the floor if it feels too much. 4, 5, 6, take the leg out. So again, stretch that leg out. So if you imagine you're sitting, that leg is parallel, but this one's stretched out. Hold it there. Come back to center. Pulling up nice and tall. And just march through the feet. So we know the classic march is always really good. Just going to move this chair back a little bit more. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see the feet a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to come to the front and we're going to march. So just pump those arms. So whenever you're feeling a bit fatigued or the body's aching, just by pumping the arms, so I'm working the heart rate, the higher you bring the arms up, the more you're pumping that heart rate. So just marching. And then bring the arms down. Lift up, take the leg up and down. Release. Bring the other leg up, down and release. The other leg up, down, release. The other leg and release. Have a short break, have a drink now. I'm just going to do a little chair routine to boost exercise, boost a little bit more lymphatic flow. So grab yourself a drink. Okay, again sitting at the front of the chair. Okay, bring the arms down. We're just going to do a routine. Shoulders up, down. So follow me. And march. Okay, bring the legs down and just pump those arms. And back to a march. And now we're going to go heel, toe, heel, and back. Heel, toe, heel, and back. And march. Really warming up the body. Heel, toe, heel, and back. Heel, toe, heel, and back. And back to the march. Pump the arms, round the legs. Bring it to me. That I can breathe. And step. And step. 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 And heel, toe on the floor. Heel and back. I'll just bring this a little bit lower. And heel, toe, heel, back. A little bit quicker. Up to the front of the chair. Heel, toe, heel, heel, toe, heel. Heel, toe, heel. Heel, toe, heel. And march. Again, if it feels too much, then just keep it to lower impact. You can always just bounce the knees, already pulling in the core. This time we're going to do heel, toe, heel, out, back. Heel, toe, heel, out, back. Heel, toe, heel, out, back. heel, toe, heel, out, back, and bounce. And pump those arms. Bring it to me. I'll bring it on you, bring it to me. And rub those legs again. Heel, toe, heel, out, back. Heel, toe, heel. I'm not going to say it. Can you keep up? And now we're going to step, 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 step. Ooh. Who said chair work doesn't make you sweat and feel a bit hot? So if you can, if it feels too much, just come back to march. Let's go back to pumping the arms. And with the legs. Woo! And heel, toe, heel, back. Heel, toe, heel, back. Shall I confuse you? Keep it on the same leg. Heel, toe, heel, back, and march. Always get good to get the brain working. So heel, toe, heel, and back. Heel, toe, heel, and back. Easy. Heel, toe, heel, back. Heel, toe, heel, back. Toe, heel. This time come out. 2, 3, 4, and centre, and march. You bring it to me. And then heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, 2. Out, 2, 3, 4, and march. And loosen, stretching through. Come up. And again, come through, stretch down. Come up and hug. Come up. And we're going to do one more chair routine. And then so what I want you to do is I want you to get yourself a little bit of water, just keep rehydrated. Okay, pulling up, nice and tall, and lifting up. So we're just going to do a little bit of shoulders. So individuals. I feel it in your eyes. Bring one up. 2, 3, 4. Work those rotator cuffs. Up. 2, 3, 4, and release. Bring the arms up. We're going to go into the prayer. So take it out. You're going to come center. And open. So, prayer. Before. And down, up. You'll feel this working on your arms. And release the arms. Shake out. Arming back to center. This time we're going to do the full set. So we go prayer, palms together. And open. Then it's palms to face. Open. And then back with the palms. So drop your arms down. Just let them have a little rest. And are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Bring the arms up. Here we go. So prayer. Open. Palms to face. Back to palms. So prayer. Palms. Back to palms. One more. Prayer. Front of palms, back of palms. Interlock those fingers, drop the shoulders down, and then you're going to take it up. Oh my goodness, I can feel that. And release, and shake out. Oh, they should feel warm. And pulling in, lifting up, and we're going to come forward to the center of the chair and open. So step 2, 3, 4, back, open, 2, 3, 4, hold the chair for this one. So you're going to step out, back, 2, 3. Say, don't you want me? Say, don't you want me? I feel it now. And march. And the other side, stepping out. Opening up. And march. So we're working the whole body safely, pumping that lymphatic system. And then come back. And let's just have a little stretch out. So tuck the arms under, drop the head down. And then come up and drop the shoulders down. Just do a couple of stretches and then you will have completed a full chair exercise. Okay. Bring the arms down, shoulders up, just to relax. Bring the arm across and stretch. Sensual. And then bring the arm down, the other side. A little stretch. Sensual. Come back. And the other stretch. If you can, hug your knee into your chest and just loosen the foot and relax. And the other side. Relax down. Bring the arms all the way up. Stretch. And bring the arms down. Sensual. And bring the arms across. Take the arms all the way up. Gaze to the thumbs. And release down. And well done. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, if you're happy to like the video once it's uploaded, and if you haven't subscribed, a lot of people ask, what does subscribing mean? It means that you have easier access to the AYbodymechanics channel, that if anything's coming up, then you'll find it will come up automatically on your YouTube page. So enjoy the rest of the day. The sun's out. It looks beautiful. If you do feel that you benefited and you know anyone else who would, then please send it to them if that would help as well. And I'll be back on Tuesday at 10 for my normal class, and that's stretch and tone. And I will be working on again a timetable to maybe do another relaxation. I'm also going to be doing some hints and tips on the channel that I'm working on at the moment. And hope you enjoyed it. Take care.